I'm gonna spend the next 20 minutes putting things in my mouth and you're gonna watch. And you're not allowed to break eye contact the entire time. Naturally, as I eat these delicious eggs, my mouth gets full, which means I need to start turning them into digestion. I need to keep repeating this very delicate, complicated process until I can eat bigger, better foods, eventually consuming the universe itself. And I can use the money earned along the way to increase things like my bite power, my chew power, and even my chew speed and digestion. I don't really know what making my mouth size bigger does, but I'm all for it. And that's a little better. We're chewing through these eggs quicker. We can hold a lot more in our mouth. So we can click here to put them in our mouth. We can click here to also clear our mouth, and then we click over here to digest it, making room for more. So right now, for every egg we eat, we get $50. And we're going to spend that on mouth size. We need the biggest mouth possible. That way we can cram lots and lots and lots of eggs in there. And before you know it, we're level 2 at $200, so we're going to get more bite power. That means we're going to take bigger bites out of our egg and put them down quicker. Look at us go now. 2 bites and that thing's gone. So then we're going to upgrade our chew power with our next $200. That means that as I'm eating these delicious eggs, the chew meter will automatically move down quicker, especially if I click on it. So that means more eggs in our mouth, which means more money. And if I let digestion get too far, he lights himself on fire. So to fix that, we're going to increase our digest speed a lot. That way he can go through these eggs a lot quicker. And we're already at such a happy balance now that we can stuff all these eggs in there. It doesn't even cause him any indigestion. They just flow right through them. And before you know it, we've consumed enough eggs to get $500. More bite power, more chew power, and definitely more chew speed. Look at us go now. The egg's done, no chance at all. And then we're going to expand this idiot's stomach like a balloon, and that's going to get a lot bigger. That should mean we can force more crap in there before he gets uncomfortable. I think by the time I hit chew power 11, I should be able to pretty much eat this and not have my mouth get very full, because we're chewing pretty much as fast as I can consume. At least until we upgrade bite power with our $700. Now it should only take a few bites to get through an egg. 1, 2, 3, 4 with no crit, which brought us up to level 4 in a hurry. Since we've got 100 gems, I think we're going to open a random costume. In fact, we're going to open 11 of them. We did get a few B-class items, which is going to take our mouth size and stomach size 24 levels higher, which is huge. And it just looks better. But I still need to spend $1,000 on bite power, which is only 2 upgrades. Then we need to spend $900 on bite power one more time, so hopefully this idiot can get an egg down in 3 whole bites. 1, 2, 3. I've never been so proud of someone that eats eggs for a living. So we're going to do the 10 egg challenge. I've got to eat 10 eggs in 30 seconds. I tried to use my magic power, it didn't work. But if we can eat them in 3 bites, this should be easy. Of course, we're racing against the clock and my mouth is already getting full, but we are forcing the eggs in there in a hurry. But if we drink the water, that should clear up my stomach real quick, and then we go right back to forcing them down. It's still going to be reasonably close, because this is the 9th egg, so 1 more, but we got 7 seconds to do it, and donezo. That unlocked for us a Choco Cookie. That'll give us $325 per eat. It's probably going to be considerably harder to get through. A lot more bites and it's going to fill our mouth up more and also our stomach. But that never stopped me before. With a look of determination, we're going to power right through this. And for a little boost, we're going to get some new haircuts. We did get an A-tier haircut, so that's got to be a nice boost. Bite and chew times 60. Now we look like a professional eater. Wow, we're putting those down in 1 bite. Yeah, we're actually literally eating those in 1 bite to the point where we're like overstuffing ourselves. So I'm definitely going to need some upgrades to chew power, like a lot. It turns out these cookies I'm eating are so dense that they fill up my mouth and then my stomach in a huge hurry. So I'm going to need a much bigger stomach and digestive system. I'm going to need a cow-sized instrument. But since I have $7,200, I could definitely increase my stomach quite a lot. And same with digest speed, that's got to go up a lot. Chew speed also. And then pretty much whatever upgrade we can afford, which is chew speed times another few, but that should help us get the cookies down quicker. The problem, hilariously enough, is because he eats them in 1 bite, which makes his mouth very full. So I guess you could say we're going to need a bigger mouth. Mouth size upgrades are already $1,000 each, so it's going to be a little while before I can fit too many of these cookies in. And then because our mouth gets full so quick, we definitely need more chew speed. I also just opened a furniture and got a table, so that's actually going to be huge because that's experience in gold times 12. So instead of getting $50 per egg, I now get $600 per egg. I realized I could eat the eggs very quickly, so this is easy money. So I can buy upgrades $10,000 at a time. And that probably means I can eat 20 eggs in 30 seconds. So close, gotta get 1 more in there, done. That gave me 2,400 experience and I think 12,000 gold, which I'm just gonna spend on chew speed, which is gonna get our chew speed way up. I don't know how much money I actually got for doing that, but apparently it was a lot. And this is all I wanted, the ability to be able to chew my food as fast as I can eat it. And I'm gonna open the gem box for a better chair because obviously these bonuses are huge. It's a D level chair, which still gives me chew speed, digest speed times 2, so I wish I did that sooner. Next I'm gonna upgrade digest speed. We should be able to afford a few good upgrades for that. And then let's try another $30,000 on digest speed. That's gonna take it up to level 30. And I think we hit the level we needed. So now we can eat eggs, we're chewing them and digesting them faster than we can eat them. So we can do this endlessly at light speed. And just like that, I can leave my happy little weirdo right here eating for the next 12 hours. A brisk 12 hours later, and I am level 20 with this much money. So we're gonna go back to eating our cookies, but our mouth immediately gets full. Luckily, we can afford to spend a little bit of money to get some upgrades, so I'm gonna bring that up to level 25. And I'm gonna do the same for all of my little upgrades. Now I can eat a cookie, my mouth doesn't get entirely full, but 2 still does it. So now we're headed for level 35 across the board. And that's definitely a little bit better. Our mouth still gets full, but not nearly as quickly. The most important upgrade so far are chew power, so we're just going to keep going with that for a second while we spend our fortune. Chew speed is also very important, but it's also very expensive. So I've increased my upgrades to about level 70, and that's more like it. Now we can rapid fire those cookies again. And given the power of our upgrades, I bet we can eat 30 eggs in a hurry. Without even breaking a sweat, we're done with 21 seconds to spare. And because of all the achievements we got while eating, we have 400 gems to spend. So I'm going to start with some free furniture that's going to give us all those boosts. And then I'm going to get more hair, more clothes, and random chairs that might actually add a lot. Well, because of our extra A hairs, our bite and chew is times 120, and our sweater gives us mouth and stomach size times 90, and our chair gives us chew and digest speed times 18. The rest of the furniture is actually going to add chew power times 10%, mouth size 10%, stomach size. Lots of these are just 10% upgrades. And after those upgrades, I can absolutely rapid fire the cookies. So it's time for the challenge. Can we eat 10 of these in 30 seconds? I think we're going to do it in like 4, which brings us to Choco Pie. That's going to be $2,100 for each one we eat, times whatever its massive multiplier is. So we can put them down one at a time, and we can actually almost digest them in real time already. We actually can. We're chewing them down as quickly as we can cram them in our mouth, so that's a lot of fun. We're going to stack up a lot of experience and money. This is eerily reminiscent of real life. But I think we're actually already ready to do the 10 Choco Pie challenges. This should be no problem at all, considering we put them down in one bite and move on to the next. Never even having to blink, not in the slightest. The next food is a donut, and that's going to be a huge amount of money, but it's going to be a little bit harder to eat. So our last Choco Pie goes down. What does the donut do for us? Absolutely fills our mouth. So the first thing we're going to need is a much bigger mouth size. I'm going to keep an eye on my money up top to make sure we don't start spending too much, but I'm going to try and get it to level 110. Okay, that abruptly got really expensive at the end, and our mouth is still very full. So I'm going to get a few levels for chew speed and chew power to help get through that. And I wasn't paying attention, so I've already run out of money. But that's okay, because we're a lot stronger than we were. So for a few minutes, I'm going back to devouring Choco Pies while we build up some more money and experience again. I've also realized my table and chair are both only level B, so I'm going to open some of these guys hoping for something good. There's an A level chair. That's actually huge. So I'm going to go right to a table for the rest of the money, hoping to get an A level there. I didn't get an A, but I did get a double A. That's going to be incredibly strong. So golden experience times 12 is going up to 360. That's a 30 times increase. And chair went from 18 times chew and digest speed to 60 times. So donuts are still a little bit stronger than we are, but that shouldn't be for much longer, especially considering the newfound earnings we get from eating these things. I also didn't realize, along with achievements, there's challenge achievements where you can get a lot of extra gems. So I completed a few more A challenges, got 240 gems, so I'm gonna open up some hair, 100 gems worth. I got a double A hair. So I'll do the same for a costume, hoping for a double A, and we got a regular A. But the amazing double A hair gave me 3 times the bite and chew power. Plus now I look like a professional eater. But the donuts still don't really fit. So we're gonna get a lot of mouth size, as much as we can afford, and then chew speed. Even after all those upgrades, we still can only fit a single donut at a time. So for the next hour or so, I'm eating these things and getting massive amounts of money to do so. A few minutes later, level 23, that much gold. So we're once again going to try and upgrade our mouth size just a little bit, although that gets very expensive. And then the rest of the points are going to go between chew power and chew speed until we run out of money. And then we're going to see if we can handle the mighty donuts yet. We still can't. It's still not even close. The donuts are so immensely strong. The fastest way to get upgrades at this point is to do the food challenges for earlier foods, because doing a 70 challenge gets me 70 gems. There's just no better feeling than jamming 100 eggs in your mouth. I've just painstakingly finished every food challenge I could, which has given us 1500 gems, which we can spend on things like costumes, which is going to give us a much needed mouth size. So for 500 gems, we can open 55 of those, and look at them all. We have an S tier one. That's perfect. And we're going to combine all the basic ones into better ones, work your way down towards that S tier. Whatever the case, we just went from mouth size approximately 50 before the upgrades all the way up to 2520. So let's see those stupid donuts defeat me now. So we put that in and our mouth is still full. How big are these donuts? I mean, we just increased our mouth size by like 1,000,000,000 times and we can still only eat one stupid donut at a time. So let's spend all the money we have right now on more mouth size, which is only a few upgrades really, but our mouth still gets full right away. So let's go ahead and buy some chairs then. This is going to increase our chew speed, which is obviously important. And we're going to buy 55 of them. That's going to get us 2 A tiers, which isn't great. But it did stack with the other A tiers, so it did probably go from 40 times to 120 times. I think we actually had the wrong one of those equipped also. Yeah, I'd say we did because suddenly I can eat donuts almost instantly. So wish I knew about that earlier. That could have saved us a lot of time. Yeah, I can basically eat donuts at full speed now, so I'm going to milk this for all I can. And I'm also annoyed that I only have an A tier chair, so I'm going to buy another whatever it is, 500 of those. Random chair, give me an S tier. There's 2 AA's and an S tier. So we're going to go from whatever up to 2,520 times chew speed and digest speed. I think I also had the wrong thing equipped here. I don't know what happened, but this wasn't also equipped. Well, whatever the case, we have a new table to look at and we should be making much bigger rewards than before. Yeah, that's actually a monster increase. So let's just sit back and relax and stuff our face with donuts for a little bit. Our experience bar is moving up mega quick. I think I punished him with enough donuts so we can take on the donut challenge. We need to eat 10 of them in 30 seconds. Pretty sure that's not going to be a problem. And we did it with lots of time to spare. Which brings us to the very healthy apple, which we may or may not be able to take down. We can actually eat these in a really big hurry also. So we're going to enjoy some nice delicious apples for a little while we make a whole bunch of money. But I noticed our very hungry moron is eating the apples in 2 bites and not 1. We left his bite power behind a long time ago because he was overfilling his mouth because he's not that bright. We're going to spend all of our money on bite power now to raise it up to 193. I suspect that will be enough to take on the apples in 1 whole bite. Okay, enough with the healthy stuff. Let's find out what's come after apples. We just got to eat 10 of them, which we're going to do in a hurry. That's done. We get a pretty handsome reward for it, and next comes chocolate bar. This might overfill us in a hurry. It sure did. I can actually eat this reasonably quick as long as I'm not like rapid clicking. This is actually perfectly fine. So I'm thinking if I get my chew power and chew speed up a little bit, we can actually rapid fire eat these chocolate bars. And we really started making a lot of money these past few items because we can just buy and buy and buy upgrades and our money hardly moves. We can sort of rapid fire eat, but then he starts doing that weird thing, so he's now eating an invisible nothing. Well, for the most part, I can just leave him alone to eat the chocolate. He's gonna do this once in a while, but eventually he gets that figured out and picks up the chocolate bar and eats it. So I'm gonna leave him here for a little bit. And now that we saved up a bunch more resources, let's increase our mouth size a lot, but also our chew speed and power a lot. We're gonna spend $400 billion doing this. That way we're extra sure to be able to complete these little challenges. Because we need to find out what comes after the chocolate bar. All we gotta do is eat 10 of these in 30 seconds. I think we're up to the task so long as he doesn't do his weird thing like that. That was fairly easy, glitchy thing aside. Next we get to eat a mini burger. I would imagine this is gonna be quite a mouthful, but we'll find out. It definitely takes a few bites to get through it, and we're full. But to be fair, our stomach isn't very big. We've been putting all our points into chewing power, so we're able to chew it through to our stomach in a hurry. Luckily, it's only going to take a few of these burgers to get us right back to where we were money-wise. So for the first $100 billion, we're going to spend some on stomach size, and that's going to go way up to level 207. I did the same, spending $100 billion on digest speed, but that means I can eat these pretty quickly. It still takes like 6, 7, 8 bites to eat one of these, but that's okay because I don't want to fill myself up too quick. That causes problems. But maybe we're due for a new haircut. This is only AA. I want an S. We can really only open like 15 of these, so hopefully we get very, very lucky, and that's definitely not lucky. We did get an A tier with our final purchase, and we got 5 of those, so we can actually combine that, so that's going to go from times 540 to times 720. That's a reasonable upgrade. So our bite power is going to be stronger again. So let's buy some very expensive upgrades, upgrading chew speed and power again, which doesn't buy very many these days. Can you imagine spending $100 billion upgrading a mouth size? Because that's exactly what we're about to do. That brought it up to almost level 210. That means I can eat these a lot quicker because our mouth can hold that much more food. I just forced about 1,000 donuts inside of me. That way I can click on this a bunch more times and look at all those gems we have again. And I think we're overdue for some new hair. 55 tries, there's got to be a good one in there somewhere. And there's not. But we're not going to give up yet. We're going to buy a few of these and get thoroughly disappointed. Although we probably have enough to actually upgrade past AA. We just got to keep stacking up our way along. We bought so many haircuts along the way that we can actually combine quite a few. We have 5 AA's. We can combine those into an S tier. So now our biting and chewing power is way higher. So let's see how these burgers go down now. And 1 bite and our mouth is very full because that's a lot of food we just crammed in there. But 2 bites and a burger goes down. We just can't do it super quickly. We gotta wait for that to go down. I think we could probably get 10 of these burgers in us within 30 seconds as long as we're doing it fairly methodically. You just can't rush it. As soon as one's down, you gotta get the next one started, to wait for the thing to go down, eat another bite, do it again. Yeah, we're gonna be okay. It's closer than we might have thought because I made a little mistake, but we're done. That means we can move on to triangle gimbap. I have no idea what that is. It's a delicacy in the alien world. Actually looks kind of like a cake. I'm sure it's good. It takes a lot of bites to get through this. Whatever it is, it's very dense. But it does get us an absolutely massive reward because we have multipliers on top of this. But at least now I can basically rapid fire the burgers. So if you need me, I'm going to be doing this for the next 20 years and then spending it all on upgrades.